Hey, what's up guys, it's Dynamite here. I hope you're doing well. And in today's video, I want to talk about my concerns regarding Chapter 1 returning. So obviously, as we all know, December 6th, Chapter 1 is coming back, Chapter 1 Season 1. And I think for the most part, it's going to be a good thing. It will be massive W. I feel like I'm definitely going to be playing it more than Chapter 6 and even Reload. But I do have a few concerns, and most of these concerns I think I also had in last year's OG season. So we're going to talk about it in today's video. If you guys do enjoy the Fortnite discussion videos, I'd appreciate guys drop a like on video, subscribing, turn on post notifications. I also stream every single day over at twitch.tv/dynamitebtw, so if you want to come by, I stream Fortnite pretty much every single day, like I said. Gonna be playing a shit ton, I'm gonna be doing a ton of all-nighters once Chapter 1 drops. So yeah, come by. And let's get into the video. So my first concern, and I feel like a lot of people will have this concern, is the OG graphics. So last year, what they did in last year's OG season, it was a mix of the Chapter 1 and Chapter 4 graphics. So you had the OG art style, but there was like new terrain textures. You had the skybox, but it didn't have like the OG sunset. You know, like when the sunset in OG Chapter 1, the whole map would turn orange, and it looks so good, it looks so cartoony. You didn't have that last year, and you don't have it in Reload right now. I'm just a bit worried they're going to do what they did in OG and obviously in Reload right now, where you got the OG art style, but you don't have things like the OG sunset that really made old Fortnite stand out. Obviously, it's not a massive deal. Like, last year it still looked okay, but I would prefer to have the OG graphics. Like, it is possible, because you see these creative maps like Rewind Royale, they can do it. It looks perfect in there. I don't know why Epic can't do it. My second concern as well is the OG movement. So a lot of people probably could disagree with me on this, but I would honestly rather we get rid of slide and, you know, the sprint and the mantle, and I would rather we say no to all of that, get rid of it, and just go back to the old, like, just crouching, running, like, that's pretty much all you had back in the day. I was playing EasyFN, it's like a private server where you can go play Season 4, I was playing that the other day, and I've realised just, I actually don't mind the old movement, because yeah, you just were spam jumping, but it was simple. I liked it. There was none of this sprint and sliding. I think it's kind of crazy now. I like it, but I do think it's kind of crazy. And I wouldn't mind going back to the simplistic movement in the OG mode. Obviously, you know, keep the new movement mechanics in Chapter 6 and maybe even Reload. But I feel like a lot of OG players as well, if they come back and they see the new movement, they may not like it as much. You never know. Another concern I have is the weapon models. So this isn't really a big one, to be honest. I'm not too bothered about it, but I would like to see the old pump model, the old burst model. Like, you remember the OG Chapter 1 burst model? I want to see that come back. The OG, I mean, I feel like the AR models, like, it is kind of similar to what it is now, but I wouldn't mind seeing the OG M16 model coming back as well. It'd be nice to have it, just make it a bit more nostalgic. Another thing I'm a bit worried about as well is the double pump. I'm a bit worried it's not going to come back, and that was one of the highlights, I think, of OG Fortnite. Yeah, it was OP, but there's so many just viral clips, you know, you get two pump shotguns. It was just, I would honestly love it. Even if we have it for like a week, I would love having that. It would be so fun, because we haven't had it at this point in like 6 years. And you know what's annoying about double pump as well? I got really good at it literally like the week before they took it out. They took it out in Season 5. I got really good at it at the end of Season 4, because I think they changed it. You had to do pump tack, but I was doing that and I got really good at it. But literally Season 5 came out, they got rid of it. They added the delay, and I was like, okay, that's annoying. Another concern I have as well is that we're not going to have the OG items like the Zapatron and the guided missile. So obviously these items weren't in the game for long, but for example the Zapatron, that was in the game in Season 1. So if they want to keep it 100% accurate, I'd honestly like to see the Zapatron and the guided missile especially. The guided missile in Season 3 was so fun. You could rocket ride, like you could use it to like see where people are. It was such a good item. I still don't know why they got rid of it. I miss it so much, man. I would love to have the guided missile, even for just Season 3, then we never see it again. Just bring it back for that one season, please. This is a pretty big concern for me. I'm a bit worried we're going to have OP items like the sword and the mechs. So obviously we're probably going to have those in Season 7 and 10. But I'm slightly worried that they're going to be in that OG form. So the sword was overpowered as fuck. The planes were overpowered as well. The mechs, before they got nerfed, I'm worried they could bring that back. I would honestly rather we have the, like, post-nerf version of the mechs and the planes, and maybe we don't even have the sword. Maybe it's even there for, like, one day and they get rid of it. So I'm a bit worried they do that, because I think a lot of people have forgot how OP those items were, and if we go back to Season 10, for example, before they nerfed the mechs, people are going to realise, and they could honestly lose a lot of players, because I remember a lot of people quit the game during Season 10, and I'm a bit worried they could make the same mistake with OG. Okay, this is a pretty big concern I have, actually, and this was a problem with last year's OG season, so I'm a bit worried that the map is not going to be 100% accurate for every season. So, as you guys know, last year, once they got to, like, Season 7 and 8, they didn't really do the whole season. So, for example, with Season 8, they didn't even add the jungle biome, they just added a few pirate bases around the map. I'm worried they might do something like that again. I don't think they will, though, because every season is for a month now, so they will probably have the time to add the whole season. You know, Season 9 we get the futuristic POI, Season 10 we get the Rift Zones. I'd prefer we didn't get the Rift Zones, but we'll probably get them anyways. So I hope with each season being a month long, they'll have the time to add all the loot pools, you know, like all the POIs. I think they will do it, but there is a chance that they don't. And I guarantee you, a lot of people will complain over the smallest things. Let's say, I don't know, maybe they forget Happy Hamlet again, or they forget one of the Rift Zones. Even if it's like Taco Time Greasy Grove, if they forget it, people are going to complain. So the map, I feel like, should be 100% accurate each season. This isn't really a concern I have, to be honest, but a lot of other people have this concern. Are they going to bring back the OG battle passes? So I know recently they said somewhere that they can't bring back old battle passes, technically, because they said starting Chapter 5 Season 4, after that season they're allowed to bring back every single battle pass. But for every season before that, the battle passes can only be available within that season. But I think there is a loophole to that, because obviously with OG, each season will be called, like, Chapter 1 Season 2, for example, Chapter 1 Season 3, and those battle passes were only obtainable during those seasons. So what if, like, during Season 3, they bring back the Season 3 battle pass? Because technically then they can't get into legal trouble, because it is, if you think about it, Season 3, so they might have found a way to get past it. It'd be really scummy. But I do see a world where they do that, and a lot of people would be pissed. For me, I'm not that bothered, but that is a pretty big concern I feel like a lot of OG players have. I feel like a lot of people are a bit worried about this as well, but I'm slightly worried that it's going to get boring after a while, and people, like, quit because it becomes too sweaty, especially in builds. But to be honest, I don't think it will. I feel like them rotating the season every single month, even if they just go back to Season 1 after Season 10 and we go through the cycle again, I feel like having a season every single month, like, people won't get bored, because let's say, I said this in my last video, but let's say your favourite season is Season 5, for example. Season 5 will come back every 10 months if they cycle through it again. So if your favourite season is Season 5, you'll only have it for, like, 1 month out of every single year if you think about it. So it'll still be nostalgic, you know, it won't get boring. But I could see people quitting because it's too sweaty. Obviously you'll have zero build, but I know a lot of people that want to play builds, because obviously that you didn't have zero build back in the day. They want the OG Fortnite experience. But I could honestly see a lot of people quitting once they see how good players are now. Me personally, I'm just trying to get better at the game. I'm literally every single day I'm playing creative. Me and my friend have been playing a few tournaments recently. I'm actively trying to get better at the game, but I feel like a lot of people just don't want to put that time in, and they'll just go play another game. So that will probably happen to some people, but I feel like there's no real solution to that. Skill-based matchmaking does what it does, and eventually you win 2 games, you could be in FNCS lobbies, and it's just the way it works, sadly. We could do a whole different video complaining about that, but it's just the way it is. The last thing I'm concerned about regarding the return of OG Fortnite is, are they going to do the OG live events? So it wouldn't bother me too much if they didn't, because I feel like it would require a lot of resources, especially to do, like, the Season 10 event. Because I'm pretty sure the last 4 or 5 seasons of Chapter 1 all had live events, so it might require too many resources and they just don't want to put the like time in. I get it, but it would be cool for people who didn't watch those live events or, you know, missed it. It would be cool to re-experience those live events. I think the only event I missed was the Season 5 Cube event, where I think I watched it when the cube spawned in, but I didn't watch it when it like sank into the lake, because I didn't know what was going to happen. But yeah, it would be cool to rewatch those live events. But again, I think there is a pretty big possibility they just don't do it because it requires too many resources. I get it, but it would be cool. Anyways, that's all my concerns regarding the return of OG Fortnite. Let me know in the comments, do you guys have any concerns regarding it? Do you agree? Do you disagree with any of my concerns? And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.